Factory Guardians of Azuma comes out today. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Let's dive in. First, you might be wondering why I'm filming outside instead of filming actual gaming content. It is coming, but before I actually start the game, I really wanted to think about what I was excited about, what I wasn't excited about, what I feel neutral on, and really kind of, I don't know, be able just to see if some of my opinions were wrong, see if they were right. We'll see. And then let me know after we go through the list if you had any opinions, thoughts, concerns about the game before you start playing. But real quick, just little Luna right there. She is my constant companion and is very upset with me right now for being outside without her. So yeah, sorry. First things first, I want to talk about the things that I am concerned about. The first one being a lack of character portraits. It's just, it feels like a game without a character portrait just isn't as finished, polished. I don't know. Every time we skip the portraits, I feel a little bit upset because I want to see the characters blushing or angry or really happy. So I don't know, maybe the 3D models will surprise me. I mean, some of my favorite Story of Seasons, Rune Factory games have been ones without character portraits. Also, sorry if you can hear this plane. I did not realize I was going to be so busy in the middle of the afternoon on a Thursday. But some of my favorite games have been ones without the character portraits. For instance, the original Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life, no portraits. Then we have Magical Melody also, no portraits. Animal Parade, Tree of Tranquility, and then of course Rune Factory, Tides of Destiny, or Oceans, depending on which one you played. That one also didn't have any portraits, and I think that one is the one that really Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma is taking some inspiration from. We see the full 3D models, the different expressions that those models have, as well as the bond increases. So I guess like I might just be full of crap. Maybe I really do like games without portrait models, but TBD. Next up, something I'm really not excited about, and this might be a hot take, is the village building. It's just not my thing. Fallout 4 also tried to do it, and I absolutely hated it. To be honest, the only building that I want to do is building my house, my character's house, I should say, in The Sims, and that's it. Moving on. Now, my friends out there in the world may agree with me if they played the older games, but I am just not a fan of this bright, overly saturated color grading. This is probably just a personal preference, but I found there was just charm and coziness in the original way that coloring used to be done in games. It was softer, more muted. I didn't feel like I was watching an episode of like CoComelon. My brain could just relax and vibe. Like, no shade if that is your thing and you are super excited about this new way that the games are being made. But personally, I could have it toned down just a notch. And eventually somebody might make a mod for that. So I'm just putting that out there in the universe. Make it slightly more cozy. Request. Official. Now for what I feel neutral about. And this is so funny, me saying this. I don't really have an opinion on any of the characters. I have tried really, really hard to not pay attention to the advertisements for all the characters. I find it a little bit funny that the game is really highlighting all of the different people that you can get together with. I say that like knowing that I'm an Otome fan and I love seeing all the different bachelors and bachelorettes you can, hook up with. But I don't know, like I want to know less about them. That way it feels like I'm really getting to know them. I'm really getting to explore their characters without knowing too much ahead of time. I feel like for Rune Factory 5, I knew way too much ahead of time. And I don't know, it just kind of like ruined those initial moments of meeting them, like that magic of meeting them for the first time. I remember basically before Rune Factory 5, I think I knew nothing about any marriage candidates for any of the Rune Factory games. I only knew like after the fact, going to various websites trying to figure out what the heck they wanted to love me, like what gift I needed to find. So I'm really trying to go into it with, you know, a little bit more unknown, and I hope that it makes me enjoy the game more. That said, Clarice, I believe your name is, you beautiful, beautiful Ice Queen. I'm coming for you. I don't know your personality, but I know that you're beautiful. And probably the only character in this game that I'd be like, Mommy, Mommy and Mother, you are stunning, and I'm excited to wiggle my way into your cold heart. Another neutral, I can't really tell what the farming in this game is going to look like. Honestly, like the combat looks really fun. The farming itself, I just can't tell if it's going to be like a Tides of Destiny kind of situation or if it's going to be your normal run-of-the-mill farming. Something I'm optimistic about is maybe we'll see some new crops, new options that we can plant, just because we are now in the land of the East. So, TBD. All right, now we're gonna roll up our sleeves and talk about the good stuff, the stuff that I'm super, super excited about. And if it sucks, I'm gonna be devastated because I bought the game twice. So bought the physical edition, and then also on Steam. Physical edition is not coming until the end of this month because of things. So I made the decision, I'm like, I'm just gonna double down and get it a second time. So I really, really hope that these things are amazing. One, the world, right? We have been in NORAD for a long time. We know our way around the cities. We know Selphia, we know Trampoly. We've been there, done that. The only time that we really got to get out of that, with, you know, the exception of doing the airship and the Sex Empire in Rune Factory 4, we got to live on Fenith Island for Rune Factory Tides of Destiny, and that was really cool. Also, just in general, the ocean exploration in that game was a lot of fun. So yeah, like I just want to explore. I'm really pumped to just take the land of the East in for the first time, see where my beloved Shino once lived, and getting to meet all the different characters, see their designs, because it is so different from kind of the traditional NORAD style. I had to take a break and come back out because my neighbor is getting their driveway kind of cut. I don't know if they're just cleaning it, but it was loud as heck. But I digress. The next thing I'm super excited about is Kaguya and Subaru as characters. I am obsessed with the fact that we still have two main characters that are fully fleshed out with unique storylines. I know that a lot of people really love being able to have an original character or a character that they can customize the absolute heck out of, and I respect that. For these games, I just personally, I love having a character that you can just take a journey with. So I don't personally need to like put myself into each and every character for every game. Sometimes I help them make choices, but I like viewing them as separate from myself. I have a similar feeling when playing like different otomes. I kind of hate when the main character is just milk toast or doesn't have any personality. Like you yourself are supposed to put your personality onto them and make choices as you. And it tends to be, I don't know, it just tends to end up feeling a little bit hollow. So I'm really excited to get to know these two characters, and especially how they interact with one another. I really love that Subaru and Kaguya both exist no matter which one that you choose. And I remember what really got me excited was that Marvelous showcased the interview with the voice actors who play Subaru and Kaguya, Brandon McInnes and Susie Young. They just got me so hyped when they were talking about, yeah, like our interactions with characters, like some of them made me cry, and I was like, oh my god, like is this gonna be the best? Also, just a side note, it was really cool getting to see the voice actors. I feel like in games recently having them highlighted, I think, is so important. Really being able to give them the credit they deserve. Voice actors put a lot of work into their craft, so I think we should celebrate them. And especially with those of you who have played Baldur's Gate, like the voice actors for that game, oh my god, like next level. And I think, if I were wanting to play a game where I could just have my own original character that I had built a backstory for, I would play Baldur's Gate, or even, traditional Dungeons and Dragons. I don't necessarily need it in my Rune Factory game. Last and certainly not least, I am so excited for the Rewoven Fates aspect of this game. So for those of you who might not be aware, there is something called Rewoven Fates, and it lets you see a glimpse into what your life could have been had you made another choice with a different character. So essentially, all of us, those of us who decided to create new save files for every single playthrough so that we could marry everyone, that is no longer going to be something that we have to do. And I just really want to say thank you for relieving me of my save file wasteland that I existed in. It was extremely difficult whenever I couldn't remember who was on which file. So I couldn't remember, at least for Rune Factory 5, I romanced Riker and Scarlet, and I was like, oh dear, I completely forget who I'm wooing in this, and I would have to do the whole loading in and finding out, but that's just a lot of extra nonsense that you do not care about. That's kind of all I got right now. Those are my heavy hitters for things that I'm not looking forward to, things I feel like whatever about, and the things I'm really, really excited about. Like I said at the very beginning, if you have things that you would add to this list, please let me know. Like I mentioned at the start of this video, I am going to do a kind of first impressions playthrough. I'm about to get super locked into the game. Yeah, and I'm just like excited. I'm excited to explore the world together. I know there are so many of us out there who are hyped about this game and are just spending a lot of time today playing it. So yeah, look out for a video. I'm sure it's gonna come probably in the next day or two. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.